Hello, my fellow nerds. Welcome back. Subscribe, give it a thumbs up if you like the content here. Still waiting on content from Sleepy that he promised he just never delivers. And
Never
pay
promise.
attention for Supreme Nerds giveaway at the end of this. We are talking Ahsoka episodes 1 and 2. Spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. We're going to spoil the hell out this shit. So if you haven't seen Ahsoka, both episodes, come back later. Put this in your watch list. I'm going to rank this episode to start an 8, and I'm going to explain why. I'm going to explain why. If you're a hardcore fan, this is a 10 because you understand all the small Easter eggs. They went deep hardcore in this, or if you really know the core, if you watch Rebels and if you watch the Clone Wars. If you didn't watch, like certain people in this chat, you didn't really understand a lot. And it left you kind of wondering what the hell is this going on. So I think they went too deep for the casuals and perfect for the regular ones like myself. Other than that, I give it a 10. I got nothing wrong with this. This is what I want in Star Wars. This is what I want in a Marvel show. Fuck the casuals. Give me every Easter egg. Give me every chat. If you guys are too slow because you had all summer to watch Rebels, you had all summer to watch the Clone Wars, that's y'all fault. I got no
Don't
love
be
for
like
you.
that.
This episode was made for me. I love everything about it. I love the Jedi fights. I love all the callbacks. I love all the Easter eggs. I love everything about this. You casuals, I got no love for you. I'm sorry. I love y'all, but y'all had all summer to watch. As one of those casuals, Sleepy, what did you think?
Okay, see, Tony's summary of basically the 8, I that was my score of the episode because, like you said, I knew jack fuck all about what they were talking about. I only knew they were going after the Jedi holocron. If is that what it's
It's a
called?
map. They're going after the map.
Because that was in the video game Fallen Order. I knew the Night Sister, like I knew all that stuff because of the video game. But Tony did tell me every single day that I'm going to regret not watching Rebels and fully finishing the Clone Wars, and he was absolutely right because this is a super deep dive. Literally, it takes place, I believe, right after Rebels season 4. So you actually have to know the characters that they're talking about, understand the references, actually keep track of all the history behind Star Wars in general to understand this series. And it's brilliant for the people who understand it. It sucks for people like me who didn't start watching it when he was told to.
Gecko?
Oh, yeah. Well, since I'm a casual and I regret nothing, to be honest, because it's true. Tony told me to catch up, and I started. I probably went halfway through season 1, and then I was like, let me watch One Piece and sink 500 episodes of that because I'm more of an anime guy. So that sucks, right? But whatever. The point is that I have to give it a 9. Yeah, there was a lot of shit I didn't understand, to be honest, because like you said, it's like really, really, really like for the people like you, Tony, like people like you are getting rewarded for this. And I appreciate what they're doing. But as a Star Wars fan in general, I can't say that I'm mad at for what I got. Yeah, I can't give it a 10 because I technically don't really know the deep dive like of I only watched like probably like what half of season 1 of Rebels, and maybe I don't know how much it is, like 5-6 episodes. I don't know. I just seen a little bit of it, and then you know I
I
get
watched two
distracted. I get distracted. And to be honest, but everything else I liked it. I liked it, the lightsaber fights. They were nice. It was a pleasure for me to watch that again. Like I haven't seen that coming from like the Mandalorian and Andor. And the Mandalorian, you did get the dark saber here and there, but actually having like two lightsabers clash and see that to me was nice. That's what I always want from Star Wars, for them to keep expanding, even if it's in the past, in the future, however you want to do it, just give me this great content. At the end of the day, I love what I seen. I seen the first episode 2 times and the second episode 1 time. I am gonna rewatch episode 2 again, but I love what I seen. I can't wait for episode 3 next week. I wanted more when I was done with both of them. I actually even went through the end credit of the second one, thinking when I get, a end credit scene. But at the end of the day, I love what I seen. Like as you said, it sucks because it seems like, like if you know what they're talking about, like like Sleepy said, because of the game, I know certain things. But when it comes to like the rebel part that they and I'm gonna have to start watching Rebels to catch up and understand this more, because when it comes to the rebel attachment, it loses me because I don't know that. So I'm like, oh yeah, Star Wars, but and it sucks because at the end of the day, I would like to know what's going on in this show. But yeah, Tony, what do you think?
The reason I personally give it a 10 is that I told you guys, watch Rebels and watch the Clone Wars, not just the Ahsoka Clone Wars, because the Sisters of Dathomir reference, which Morgan Elspot was a part of, does really not involve Ahsoka. But that reference you would have caught right away. That had been rumored, but they eventually revealed that she was. The droid that was able to pick out old boy's lightsaber, that's also a deep cut because he designed every single lightsaber from all the younglings. As you go and find your kyber crystal and he helps you build your lightsaber. So they went so deep with deep cuts, they didn't care for you casuals. They told you it was coming August 20th. They gave you all summer. Either you catch up or you'll be left behind. I've seen a lot of comments where a lot of the casuals didn't understand and are now complaining. Like Sleepy told me, there were no flashbacks. They just went story, expecting that all of this. And it's like, if you haven't seen Andor, you don't know what's up and coming with Mon Mothma. So you have to watch that. If you haven't seen Obi-Wan, you're not going to understand why Anakin / Vader is coming back. So when you know where she comes from, people just think she's a guest star on The Mandalorian. She's had great story arcs in both Rebels and Clone Wars. And when people say, well, I didn't watch Rebels, you also have to watch all of Clone Wars to understand some of the small little details that are coming. So, and if you got to watch the Tales of the Jedi to get Ahsoka's backstory as well. You have to watch The Bad Batch to get Harrison Dulo's backstory as a child. She appears in one episode. So everybody appears in all this stuff. So it's like, I got everything I wanted finally out of a show from Disney Plus. Like, this was perfect to me. But I understand the casuals' complaint in giving it an 8. Go ahead, Gecko. You want to say something?
I don't know why the 8, because even if you're a casual, but you're into Star Wars, I think it got a strong showing. Like you said, it doesn't, like, if you don't understand what's going on, then, I'm sorry, like you said, sucks to be us. But, like, at the end of the day, I love what I seen, and it's not like we can't catch up on it, because I was noticing yesterday after I got done watching both episodes that on Disney, like, anything that had Ahsoka, they will have like, oh, this episode, Ahsoka an episode, like I think they have Mandalorian episode 13, and then they had Boba Fett episode whatever, and then they had like Clone Wars Ahsoka, and then they had Tales of the Jedi telling you what episodes she's in. So if you want to know more about her background, you could go through it. So I think Disney Plus had that nice choice of you being able to, even if you're not gonna watch the whole series, they kind of streamlined it for you. There's still more deeper stuff here that you might need to be a hardcore fan, but at the end of the day, I feel like they give it to you. They're putting it out there real easy for you to try and understand this shows better. And to be honest, like you said, Tony, I have to be honest, it's I didn't expect it to be so good. Like I was watching it and I'm like, oh damn. And then I see that lightsaber and I'm like, oh, didn't this the second sister had that. And wasn't that in the game? It was so nice, a lot of nice stuff. Like, like Sleepy said, the map. I forgot the name, the holla, whatever. That.
It wasn't a holocron, but it was a map. That was from the video game. Like I said, I never played the video game, but I know where it's from. And it's like the way they bled the lightsabers orange. I know where that's from because I was telling Sleepy in the original version of Star Wars, both lightsabers were white. They didn't have the technology to do the cover. That's one of those retro things they did afterwards. After the technology caught up, they was able to give, a Sith Lord a red lightsaber and a Jedi a blue. So that's the orange is something new. And go ahead.
Well, we will know more about the game if somebody will live stream it. It's been like probably 21 days.
Who's that?
People promise things and they never deliver. So that's like nothing,
Was it the Modern Warfare 3?
Yeah, because all right, here's the backstory on that for those who don't know. Me and Tony, we work for the same place, and I started ranting about leaks about Modern Warfare 3. Or not leaks, it was actual things that they said. They're giving us everything they gave us back in another game. Well, pretty much every game that we've ever had, basically. Yeah, long story short, I never did it because he said make the video about it. I never did it. That's what he's talking about. It will be up, I pinky promise. Thank you for calling me out on that as respect only.
No, I don't know nothing about that. But like you said, the Star Wars game, you would know about the background, but we're still waiting on that. But hey, it's summer, and we don't really have a lot of summer over here. So okay, that will come. But yeah, Tony, like I said, like it's gonna be something where a lot of people might have to see Easter egg videos and stuff like that for us to understand everything. Like right now, I'm kind of want to start watching Rebels because I do want to understand certain things. Like it got me lost, but at the same time, as a Star Wars fan, not a hardcore fan like Tony, I guess, a casual Star Wars fan, I feel like I feel like I liked what I seen, and I want more, to be honest. Like you said, this is what we really wanted, as fans, even if you're casual or not. This is something you wanted, and to me, to start with those 2 episodes like it started, I want more. But what you have to say, Tony?
No, Sleep, you wanted to say something before we go spoiler talk.
Oh no, I went to hit the reactions. I hit the hand thing. I'm still hungry from being shut. I'm kidding.
So
I saw criticism online that Star Wars was creating stuff new. People have to remember that all the legend stuff, all the books from before 2012 when they bought Star Wars got canceled. It's called Legends. They borrow and pick and choose and bring things in. So they're telling you ahead of time, unlike Marvel, we've canceled all of our canon. If we decide to bring in someone a la Thrawn, we're going to bring him in a brand new version. A la the Night Sisters, we're going to base it off of the Clone Wars, but not be 100% accurate to the books and to the games. So that's why they didn't create something new with this show. This is just basically created from scratch. Yeah, they're copying elements of the past, but they're not being loyal to it 100%. That way they don't have to be 100% because you already know the story if you do the Thrawn trilogy 100%. And also with Princess Leia being dead in real life, you can't tell her side of the story unless you recast, and they're not at the point where they can recast or where fans will accept a recast. So that's why some of this stuff is new. And also the concept of the orange lightsaber is brand new. He hasn't explained. He said this show will explain that, but he hasn't gone 100% in to talk about it. The fact that, another thing, why the fuck did the rebels, the New Republic, get rid of all their fucking ships? it will prove to be stupid in future movies, but just because you got peace, you need a military. And that's how, they got, basically, for lack of a better term, that's how they got fucked by the First Order in episode 7, because you didn't see it coming. And, it's just, there's so many little things I just find stupid about the New Republic. And it's like, I'm actually glad they got destroyed in episode 7. So, yeah, I said it. Because you're stupid. I'm just going to call it. Stupid is and stupid does. Go ahead, Sleepy.
To go basically play off what Tony says, that they are really stupid because they tell you in every single live action series that we've seen lately, hey, we're everywhere. Like in every level of the government, we're in every little speck of dust that you think we're not. We're there. And you're just giving it to us probably with this program. What was that program again from Andor? Where they would rehabilitate the.
I don't know the program, but I know what you're talking about. Where they would take Empire former agents, for lack of a better term, or soldiers, and rehabilitate them back into society.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they would put them back pretty much in the same fucking positions they were in before. And they weren't even watching them. They weren't keeping a close eye on them. They're just giving them the stupid questionnaire. How are you feeling? Do you have thoughts of suicide? Like, this, like, it's just, you can tell and see with your own eyes how easy it was for the Empire to take over again. Well, First Order, sorry. Give it the
First Order. Just remember real quick before you speak, Gecko. These shows are meant to make episode 9 make sense when, spoiler alert, the Emperor comes back as a clone. So we have to get there. And we're seeing how on one side, how stupid the New Republic was, but we're also seeing that the Empire never went away. They just hit better. Go ahead, Gecko.
Well, it actually shows it to you in I don't know in which episode it was when they're over there in that tower and they were watching, and I don't know where they start fighting, and it was like, people from the Empire working secretly,
Episode 2, yeah.
So, like it was there. And to be honest, I kind of seen something, but I was like, can it be already starting? And you could tell, like, damn, like you said, Tony, they never went away. And the fact that, to be honest, they're slick because you said, oh, well, the Republic, right? That's what they are, the Republic.
Yeah, the New Republic.
The New Republic are stupid. They're like, oh, let's destroy our chips. They'll destroy our weapons. And like you say, you kind of need that just in case. Guess what? The undercover people, that are working, and secretly and whatnot, they're helping them destroy the stuff. Like, oh, you want to destroy those ships? Huh, we'll help you. Oh, but wait, let me take a couple of parts so we could build our ships and make them better. And these motherfuckers are not seeing that, which is crazy. Like you said, it's right there for us because we're watching the show. We're like, oh, yeah, they're going to get betrayed. But like, come on, it's like you said, they're really stupid. Tony, like, how the hell you're not going to see these people working for you, but working for the bad guys, like they're actually helping you. Oh, they're happy to help you destroy ships, destroy weapons, because guess what? It's weapon and ships you're not going to use against them. So I do see how they end up losing this. And by episode 7, we see how they get destroyed. And not only that, but like you said, this is building to episode 9. So, it's a slow burn towards that. But, I hoping that by the end of the day, once everything's told, I'm hoping that it does make sense, because like you said, it might work on their good part because, a lot of people were mad at episode 9. And then when we're going to see it, eventually in a couple of years, we're going to be like, oh, wow, it does make sense what happened. But at the same time, it's crazy that they are telling you this. But, to me, I wish it would be more, like more surprising as to, oh, yeah, I seen that coming. He was part of the Empire, like it's kind of fucked up, but it's funny what you said.
when they were on that planet and they were going through that shipyard where they were building all the parts, you could tell they were all loyal to the Empire. They knew that shit was about to hit the fan. So it was like no surprise when they decided to turn. It was no surprise that they were building parts for Morgan Elsbeth's new hypergalactic drive that'll be able to bring a whole fleet of ships back and bring Thrawn back. So that was like no surprise. Also, since you guys didn't watch Rebels, Harrison Dulu had a kid. She's a Twi'lek. She had a kid with a human, the Freddie Prinze character that, spoiler alert, dies in the episode.
Oh,
right
shit.
before the Rebels. So he's like half Twi'lek, half human. There's speculation that he's going to be in there. And then the Inquisitor is rumored to be Ezra. That's a big rumor since the trailer first debuted. I'm not saying that's true. I'm not saying that's fact. But that's been a rumor for the last 6 months. So that's another big rumor out there. And like the two former Jedi and his apprentice, what is their game plan? Because remember, they don't work Thrawn, they're mercenaries, they work for money.
Mm-hmm.
So what is their final game plan when Thrawn returns? Because we've seen it in the trailers. We know he's coming back. So that's not an if. But what is their final game plan, you guys think? Are they loyal to Thrawn or are they just loyal to the paycheck?
To Thrawn. Because they want power. Power only comes with the commander of the universe. The commander of the universe is presumptuously Thrawn himself to them.
But remember, Thrawn didn't work for the Empire out of loyalty. He worked because he didn't want them to take over his section of the galaxy. So that's why he pledged his loyalty to the Emperor. And then remember, he's the only non-human to ever get the rank of Grand Admiral. No alien species that ever rose up in the ranks except for Thrawn. So Thrawn is
huge.
He's badass.
Yeah.
Thrawn is Thanos 100%.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thrawn lived up to it. And that's why seeing Rebels, you realize that Ezra was able, in order to take out Thrawn, had to literally take out himself. He couldn't just send Thrawn there. I have to go with you and eliminate you. And so that's why he wasn't around during episodes 4, 5, and 6. Because Rebels takes place 5 years before. That's why you see that BBY, the battle at Yavin. That's what that means when you ever see that on the screen. So that is why he was never there. And they still have to explain where was Ahsoka during all those episodes. You have heard General Syndulla mentioned in Rogue One. You heard her mentioned. You can see her ship if you slow it down. Same in episode 9. She's still around in the final battle. But they just have to fill in all the spots. And that's what the Dave Filoni verse, as we call this now, is actually going to lead to. But another question, with the rumors of Kathleen Kennedy's contract not being renewed next year, based on what you've seen of the first 2 episodes, the show could suck the rest of the way. But based on the first 2 episodes, should they put Dave Filoni in charge of Star Wars? Not Jon Favreau, but Dave Filoni.
Ooh.
I think so.
I mean, he's connected more pieces to the puzzle in a lot more ways.
He knows.
And he's made it so they can do whatever they want with the universe.
Plus, he already created a lot of content, a lot of story he already had.
Yeah, remember,
so
all of these characters you see in this show are basically his.
Mm-hmm.
Ahsoka, he created. The Rebels show, he created all those characters that you're seeing.
So to be honest, I think they should let Kaylin Kennedy go already. To be honest,
her contract runs out next year, so they're just going to not renew. They're not saying they're firing her, but after Indiana Jones, she's basically gone.
Oh yeah.
So that's a $300 million movie that's not even going to break even.
Oh,
so it's just a matter. Now, Any other questions you guys have since you're not as versed on this before we wrap here?
No, that will be all.
No, I
Sleepy?
think you guys answered a lot of my questions just by speaking on it. That and the breakdown videos Tony does send me helps a lot when you're fucking lost.
Yeah,
Right.
you're getting breakdown videos. I don't get those no more.
I especially
Well, I didn't know prior to this episode that you didn't know these things. So now I have to sing you those videos. You have now
you
fallen
got
to
to the
the
same
right
point,
category.
Gecko, and
That
it's just
actually stunned me.
What?
we didn't get through the first season.
Right. Me and Gecko actually, me and Sleepy thought you actually were all caught up
Yeah,
as we were talking today at work. We now know that you're nothing but a casual.
high five,
Hey, One Piece is amazing.
high five. Well,
I'm
I'm
just
still on
saying.
2 right now.
I'm just saying, I didn't know this. So now I guess Tony's going to have Star Wars school now.
Oh, yes,
Perfect.
master. Oh, but then there could only be 2.
So I
Sorry,
guess you
Sleepy.
two will have to battle it out
Sorry,
to see
Sleepy.
who will be my apprentice.
Shit, he could be the Padawan. I just want to be the robot.
Ah, this guy's.
Wow.
Bro, you told me that would have been me. Did you go through my stuff? Like,
Wow.
it's not him. Like, it's just me.
Wow.
Hey, I like the design though. Everything about this show is amazing, bro. Like,
Oh yeah. I wish Marvel could take a hint from this, and that don't go halfway, go all way in. People will catch up. You know, if they don't figure it out, oh well. That's basically what this show is saying. If you ain't caught up, that's your problem. Dave Filoni said, "I'm going to put out my show with all the Easter eggs. You guys figure it out," and I love that. So like I said, it's a 10 personally, but I get the criticism that makes it an 8. I totally understand that. But to me, this is personal at 10. What's your final score, Gecko?
I have to give it a 9. Like I said, I can't give it an 8 because I feel like that's too harsh. Because the show looks amazing. The battles were great. It guys, it seems like we're gonna get a lot of plot twists here and there. Because, like you said, what is the guys and his apprentice? What's their end game? It seems like it's the show I want, but like you said, it confused me a lot because I haven't watched Rebels. Yeah, and yeah, so I have to bow my head down because I haven't watched Rebels. But other than that, to me, it's a 9. So, but what do you give it, Sleepy?
So Tony knows I woke up this morning at like an 8. Like it was pretty low down there, and it was mainly because of everything he spoke on. I'm pretty much a very big casual. I don't have as much time to watch the series as I would like to, so I came in at 8. Tony sent me a few breakdown videos so I could be caught up and understand at least the 2 episodes and the direction it could be going. So that brought me up to a 9. Because an 8 is very harsh. Gecko was right. It doesn't deserve a 9. It doesn't deserve an 8. It really doesn't even deserve a 9. It deserves a 10 because it's perfect for the people who watch it. But for me, since I didn't personally understand a lot, and I could just use a flashback or two, like who was Ezra? Like, show me, besides the live action version. But, that would be that'd be probably weird in live action.
Star Wars is, until Disney took over, Star Wars never did flashbacks. So either you knew what was going on or you didn't. And it just moved ahead. Disney sort of changed that.
I'm just used to being helped.
I know, and this show decided that, you know what, we're not going to do that.
We're not going to put that.
We're going to drop this in there and just say go.
Yeah, we're not going to put no training wheels. Yeah, right. Let's go.
And that's what I love basically most about it. That's why it's a hardcore 10 for me personally. Because this is what I want Star Wars and Marvel to do. Just put it out there. If y'all don't understand it, you just don't understand it. And it's up to you to do the homework, not us to explain everything to you and hold your hand and walk your way through it.
Maybe I like my
So-
handheld.
We know. Now, if you like the content you see in here, give it a thumbs up, rate, subscribe it. Ask the question, how come Sleepy don't put out videos like he's supposed to? Because for some reason he never does. Even though he talks all this game, but he don't actually put them out. Has all these great opinions and never mentions anything, but that's just Sleepy, you know.
They're my work
But
opinion.
now,
Everyone's
if you do
best
have a
ideas
comment,
happen at work. I just forget to
If-
write them down.
if you do have a comment telling Sleepy to do this, you'll be entered in our contest at 2,000 subscribers for a PS5 giveaway, which will be hand delivered to Sleepy in a Lizzo dance by Sleepy.
See,
Our
this is
belly.
the only thing that